There's an old expression of all the ifs, ands, and buts for candy and nuts. Every day to be Christmas, as we welcome in Mike Robinson, sideline reporter for the Rocket Radio Network. And Mike Rob, thank you for coming in.
Hey, thanks for having me, Mark.
If a couple things would have gone differently, Rockets would have beaten Illinois.
Oh, and you say if, and you're so correct. Because if the Rockets would have beat Illinois, we'd have been able to wave that flag, that non-conference flag. But more importantly, this would have been huge for the Candle era of college football here in Toledo. But more importantly, the Rockets did a phenomenal job, and they got the job. They got it done.
UT really controlled the line of scrimmage. And, last year the offensive line was such a makeshift thing because of injuries.
Yeah.
So good to see Tyler Long back out on the field, and not only on the field, but really playing as we've expected Tyler Long to play.
And the one thing that we like about that, Mark, is that the continuity on that O-line has really grown, from guys being bumped around from guards to tackles, from tackles to center, from D linemen to offensive linemen. I mean, what helps is last year all those guys were able to get a lot of experience. The backups played a lot of football. And then inserting Tyler back into that offensive line, it really solidifies who they are and their identity, because he's physical, he's quick, and he's that pulling guard that's really fast.
Daquan Finn had the interception in the third quarter, changed the momentum of the game. Positive news out of all that, Rockets came right back. It didn't define the game, and Finn got them to the lead in the fourth quarter, had the lead until the final seconds of the game.
I mean, he had 3 total touchdowns on the day. I mean, Daquan Finn, besides that interception, he had a great day of football. 230 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, 3 passing touchdowns, 1 went the other way. And that's the one that really hurt us. Being down there on the sideline, you felt the momentum shift as soon as that interception happened. Everybody in the stands were quiet, relaxed, and then it just erupted. I started seeing fireworks, cannons, and then also on the sideline, the one cool thing that Illinois was doing, maybe Toledo and other schools need to do, they had these speakers lined up on the sideline, so when the band is playing, it's just blaring down the sideline. So the impact really picked up, and I think that kind of slowed the Rockets down. They kind of got a little bit of gun shy, but then again, like you said, in the fourth quarter, they had a heroic comeback and just almost won that game.
Finn, the MAC West Offensive Player of the Week, the MAC West Defensive Player of the Week, also wore midnight blue and gold. Terrence Taylor at the linebacker spot. He didn't play a whole lot last year because of injuries. Having Terrence Taylor back, healthy, making an impact is all the difference in this defense. And
you're 100% right. Last year, me and Terrence had a deep conversation at the bowl game, and we talked about what he was going to do. Was he coming back? Was he going to go pro? Because he was sick of dealing with the injuries. And I'm like, can you just let us know what you're going to do? And then later on in the offseason, he said, I'm coming back to get it done with the guys. I still got a lot left to prove. And he proved it last week in his home state. In Illinois, he had a lot of fans there coming down from Chicago. He is very physical. He is athletic off the edge. And him getting those sacks in the backfield really ignited the defense. But he was a half a second too slow to be able to hit the quarterback on that big fourth down conversion.
We know Jason Candle loves to recruit the 419. And we saw not only guys from the area making an impact, we saw quite a few true freshmen from the area on the travel roster. Connor Wallensack had a tackle on special teams. Braden Alls made the trip. And Emilio Duran, the punter, not too long ago, he was at Otto Hills kicking. Now he's punting in a Big Ten stadium and doing a great job as a true freshman.
And small-town players making big-time plays, and that's what Toledo is. I mean, Braden Alls had a tackle as well on special teams. Emilio Duran did an amazing job of punting the football, end-over-end kicks. He put the ball right where it needed to be, and he didn't really get the Rockets in any trouble. He got them out of a lot of trouble. So you tip the hat to him there. And then Adam Bill as well, not a true freshman, but he had to step up on the offensive side of the football and make a lot of plays as well. So the depth is there for Northwest Ohio with the Toledo football team, and that is the core of the Rockets football program.
Now, a lot of people are going to draw parallels between what happened against Illinois to what happened 2 years ago at Notre Dame, which they lost in the fourth quarter, game they should have won. Then after that Notre Dame loss, they lost the next game against Colorado State. I think Colorado State's certainly a much better opponent than this week's opponent, Texas Southern, an FCS team. But you have to be concerned about letting that Illinois loss cost you another game too.
And I think you got to have a quick memory, especially going down to the Champaign. You're on the road. You don't really know what to expect. You get out there with a new quarterback. You mitigate him and you slow him down. Now you got a team a little bit lesser, but you don't look at them any different. You prepare the same way. They put their pants on the same way you do as well, right? You have to go out here and you have to dominate from end to end, from first quarter to the fourth quarter. And I think that's what the Rockets kind of slipped up a little bit in that third quarter. They kind of let up. I don't see them having those same problems this week, especially up front. Offensive line looked amazing, and they held their own versus one of the top defensive lines in the country. So next week and every week going forward, you should expect the Rockets to be very sound.
And Toledo's going to be home basically for the next month. They're home for Texas Southern, and they're going to stay at home. So getting off to a quick start, getting that home crowd into it, and you can kind of bask in that home crowd the next month of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. 4 weeks in, I mean, you're going to have, so that for everybody at home, if you're not a Rockets fan, you need to become one over the next 4 weeks. Get out to a game, come out and enjoy the atmosphere, because the Rockets are doing some really cool things to keep this thing entertaining, to bring more fans out. They got youth football camps before the game is starting, and all types of cool things. But more importantly, the Rocket Walk is revamped. Everything is going on here for this hometown team. The Rockets should be able to dominate for the next 4 weeks, and I'm excited to see them, come out here and really show up for the city. But when do you ever have 4 home games? So you got to really count on the fans to come out and really pack the stands. 2
words to keep in mind with this enhanced fan experience: dunk, tank. Not going to want to miss that. Mike Robinson from the Rocket Radio Network, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me, Mark.